So I've always wanted a romantic relationship and it just hasn't happened for me. And I'm 34 and I'm only getting older and I've kind of accepted the fact that I will probably never be in a relationship my entire life. I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. I think it's normal and natural to want a romantic connection, but it's not necessarily something that's going to happen for everybody. And I think that when we're like children, we're like raised to think that we're going to get married and have kids and live happily ever after. And it's just not really like that. And I think for a lot of women, like they get sold that dream and then that so called dream. And then when they get it when they're older, they realize it's not really all it's cracked up to. Ever since I was a child myself, I already knew that I didn't want children. Like, it's just not something that I ever felt a desire for or something that I ever wanted to do. I think it's just a lot more work and a lot more stress and just not something I see as like something that would be something that I want, which is kind of funny because my name is Nako, which means mother is supreme, but like I just don't see myself being a mom. It's not something I ever wanted. It's just like I just don't think it's for me. I do wish that I had a romantic partner to like share my life with, but at the same time, I like being able to have a lot of independence and be able to do what I want when I want without having to think about somebody else in their life and like what they're doing and having to like compromise and like change what I'm doing to fit their schedule and their needs. It's nice to just be able to have like complete freedom. I love being able to have my own apartment where there's nobody to bother me. I can come home and do whatever I want whenever I want. Everything stays clean exactly the way I left it, and nobody can bother me or annoy me. I think it's better to be single and to live your life than it is to be with somebody because you're like pressured by society to do that or because you feel like that's what you're supposed to do. I think it makes more sense to just figure out who you are and focus on like your education and your career and getting to where you want to be in your life and like really knowing who you are because I think at that point you're in the best position to make the best decisions regardless of whether you're going to be in a relationship or not. And I think when you know yourself very well and you're independent, it's like it's harder for you to like make exceptions that I think a lot of women will make when they don't really know who they are. Like and that kind of means your options are going to be fewer, but I mean I think ultimately that's better because a lot of women will make a lot of exceptions and end up with men that aren't really the right person for them and then ultimately just not being very happy. So yeah, I definitely do still wish that I had like a romantic relationship, but I'm not desperate for one and I'm not going to settle for somebody and I also don't think there's anything wrong with being single and just like living your life and I don't know why people like feel the need to make fun of women that choose to do that.